Sex on a first date.
Is it a good idea?
Yes or no? I think it depends very much on what you want out of dating. I think, I think if you're looking for your true love of your life, actually sex on a first date can work. Because if this is the love of your life, then they're going to be...
Do you know what I heard about France? And I've heard this from several sources, so I think it's actually true. But in France, sex on a first date is expected, and the idea is that you wait and see if there's sparks, and then you go on the second date, third date, fourth date, but sex on a first date is expected.
I don't know what to say about that. So...
I'm just saying.
Are these people dating on the internet?
No, it's just how it's done, apparently. And
okay.
I didn't believe it. If I read an article, I was like, no, that's not true. And then I've asked 5 or 6 different people who are from France, and I said, is this bullshit? And they said, no, it is not. It is expected.
So then they don't need this video because they know that it's expected. But for
everybody
else, perhaps you live in Canada and you're really not sure.
Well, the idea is that you get the sex out of the way to see if you're compatible, and then you go on with the relationship. Because why
waste time?
Why waste time if you're not sexually compatible?
Although to be fair, sometimes first-time sex can be tricky, and so maybe you want to practice a lot just to see if it gets better. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
So anyway, sorry to drop that bomb right in the middle.
It's okay. It's okay.
But so, sex on a first date, is it? What are the benefits of it?
Well, the benefits of it are clearly sex. That's fun.
Yeah.
The drawbacks are that, it's, especially in sort of this dating culture, it sort of puts you in a different category sometimes, it does depend on, what you're looking for. I think if you're looking just to have fun and go out and enjoy someone and have sex with them and have dinner and just enjoy your life, then go for it. I think if you're looking for something longer term, that's where it gets a little trickier. Because there is something nice about like being courted or,
Because the thing is that the projection needs to build up,
yes.
Right? And
yeah.
if you have sex soon, the projection falls away. However, I've heard women talk about how they'll sleep with somebody and she'll say, oh, I really have a crush on this guy. After she slept with him several times, it's like the emotions start to kick in. So there's that.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like
it
works the opposite way with men.
And therein lies the problem, and that was a very good thing to bring up, because women connect with sex. This is a very cavewoman type thing. Like back in the days before birth control, if you slept with someone, you might get pregnant, and then suddenly you have this tiny brood of children that needs a hunter to bring back, like, I don't know, a giant mastodon for you to eat. So the woman will really connect with sex and want to draw the man into her sort of family fold so that her children have a father, and so the children have, like, meat. And
sex is riskier for women.
Sex is riskier for women, for sure, because they have to bear the consequences in a very real way that men, can kind of avoid if that's what they're looking to do.
I was just thinking that after sex on a first date or even a second date, both members of the thing are thinking the word next. The woman is thinking the next time we have sex. The man is thinking the next person I have sex with.
Right.
Which is sad.
It is sad. It is sad. And, I think because the biological imperative for men is to propagate the species, that was sort of like how the human race survived. So we're working with very different biological instincts. This is not to say you can't rise above biology, and it's not to say that we don't do that every day, but that is working underneath it and something to be aware of.
I'm going to say something risky.
Okay.
I think that when women have sex with men on a first date, they risk giving away their power.
Yes, I would say that is accurate.
Not all the time, but it a lot of what women have going for them is. I don't mean that. That sounded really bad.
We can hold sex over men's heads and
kind of
have them at our beck and
because
call.
women have a million things going for them, but I feel like in the brain of the man, it's like that's what he's after, and if he gets that too soon.
Well, there's also the idea of the thrill of the chase. This is sort of, it's sort of a weird idea, and I really rebelled against it for a long time, but I think there is an element of truth to it. The chase is sort of over at that point, and
I think I well, this is the thing. I've noticed that men who are kind of grown ups are
This
able
is
to have
huge.
sex on a
Yeah.
first date and not lose it that way.
Hmm.
When they're but I think so in a way. I mean, sex on a first date can be a good way of filtering out men that are just idiots.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah, actually, it works very well. Because if they just disappear after that, it's like, oh, good.
Fuck them.
Well, I don't
Fuck
have to
you.
waste
You know.
time with you. Thank God I didn't spend 2 more months of my life just to learn this thing that I have now. You shorten the process in a way. But it's also something to consider, especially for women, is that it can be very hard emotionally. You can really put yourself through the ringer when you do it that way.
You can.
You really can. And I think there are some women who can do it. There are also some women who think they can do it and don't realize how battered they're getting,
Hmm.
metaphorically speaking. And so I think again, self knowledge is really key here. How does sex affect you? How much does it mess with your brain? How much are you thinking about someone who may or may not be thinking about you at that point?
Hmm.
So there's something to be said for really knowing what you want.
I heard a guy talking about a woman who was. He heard two women talking, and one woman said, "Do you believe it? Do you believe in love at first sight?" And what he figured out was that the woman had slept with someone last night, and she was really asking if there was anything in it. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah,
Yeah.
um, I think it's just. I think I guess in summary, for men it's like yeah, but for women it's a bigger issue.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bigger question.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, so I don't think I have anything to add to this.
I don't either.
Let's end.
We're done.